human. So it's a nice one to end on. Oh my God. Well, Moataz, in this segment of the podcast, I ask all my guests the same 12 questions. And I'm expecting only a short answer, so you don't have to expand on it. But if you want to, you can. But keep the answers short and sweet. All right. The first question I have for you is, what advice do you have for your younger self?
For my younger self, oh wow, I don't even know. I don't know what I would say to my younger self. I would say a lot, like start early, stop doing things that negative impact your future and start doing things that positive impact your future, meaning listen more in school, spend less time on your social self and more on your sustainable self, which means knowledge, business, something that's going to give you a future. If I was to talk to my younger self, I would probably talk about that a lot more.
All right. We seem to be losing you. Can you lower your camera a little bit?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right. Number two, what are the things in your life that you are most proud of?
My family. I'm very happy that I found a partner that I could grow with, a person that I'm not having a lot in common with per se, but it's the celebrating of the differences, I think, that has helped us understand each other, grow together, and see different perspectives from each, which has been a very, very interesting journey. And the funny thing is that when you are so different with your spouse and you see your children, you see a little bit of you and you see a little bit of your partner, and that just celebrates the union even better.
I like that.
It's very, very interesting watching this train of thought.
And then the strength and diversity, right? So you're making
the
your
strength
kids
and
strong.
diversity is huge. Yeah. Something that people feared, which was mixing cultures. Oh, what are the children going to be like? Now the children celebrate and rejoice my parents' different ethnicities. It's amazing that this time has really changed.
Okay. What are the things that make you feel scared?
Scared? I'm scared that our Earth is not going to live much longer the way we know it. I feel like people don't have responsibilities like they used to before the EFP. The EF, oh, I don't even know what the acronym is. The environmental control of this country governs pollution, governs how we get rid of waste. I should know this because this is what I do for a living, but our moral responsibility is not there as it used to be. Mm-hmm. People have no problem throwing out garbage when they can really just spend 5-10 more minutes in separating it, but they don't understand the consequences. Overfishing. I just, when we look at
should we putting the onus on the individual people to solve climate change in the world's crisis? Is that unfair? Isn't that the job of the government to create consequences and make laws and hold people to the laws?
I agree, they do. But you know what? I think the minimum we can ask people to do is to be aware of their contribution or their lack thereof efforts that cause certain effects. So when they have 31 or 37 degrees in October, as we recently experienced, was that man-made? You think that the Earth just changed? Something happened, changed.
All right. What's one thing that you would really love to have a second chance with?
A second chance? Oh, man. I don't know. So many. I mean, that's why people go into midlife crises. It's all about what I should have done. I don't really know. I think I like my pain. I like my joy. I think that going through whatever I went through in life made me the person that I am. So
Well, you kind of answered the next question already then. Are you your own best friend? Do you love yourself?
I do love myself for all my faults, for all my benefits, for all my, uh, you know, for all the person that I am. I'm a well-rounded human being, filled with love and a little bit of regret. You know, everybody has it, but I'm comfortable in my skin. I know what I bring to the table, and I know what my limitations are. So,
All
in
right.
that sense, I love myself.
Okay. And what do you do when you feel lost, when you're down?
What do I do? Huh, probably don't want to hear it, but what I do when I'm lost in the weeds and don't have direction is somehow I take the comforting approach, which is watch movies. I watch movies to disassociate what I'm doing, where I am in life now. And it's a specific set of movies that are there to lift me up.
It goes back to the superhero movies.
Yes, I
Escapism.
do.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Well, which habits do you have, or one or two that you want to break?
Overspending is a common habit. Um, I think that I can be doing a better job in that category. And you said habits?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, Removing myself from a social gathering. And I don't know why I do this. So we have a bunch of people over. Immediately, I'll put my time in, but then regress and go to my room and just have my alone time. Why? I just feel like sometimes I just get overwhelmed with people and I just want to be alone. And I think I got to stop that because I think the impression that people get is that, oh, he's just not interested in our
It's
company.
funny. I'm exactly the same way like that,
I
and I
don't know
think that
why I do that. It's a very common.
well, how far do you think you are from achieving your big dreams?
My big dreams. Well, I'm very close. I'm happy to say that I started a business less than a year ago. Yeah, coming up on 11 months. It was always a big thing for me to start a business of my own. I didn't choose this business. I never thought about this business. It's just something that I was good at. Um, I change people's lives. I come in at a very, very good, affordable rate, and I give them joy. I give them something that they couldn't have got with conventional methods. And I target a demographic that gives me joy, which is elderly people. So I'm happy that I employ young, fit, ambitious teenagers to use and channel their efforts to make this set of the population, the neglected set of the population, happy at a very good, affordable rate. And I
Okay, I
get,
think people want to know what this business is.
oh, well, I landscape. It's funny because there's landscaping is a huge business and there's so many people doing it. But I feel like mine is different in a couple of senses because I'm not that person going out and getting commercial business. I'm not there for the $30,000 contracts. I'm there for the residential $30 to $40 driveway snow removals. I'm there for the $200 gardens. I'm there for the neglected segment of the population that these huge companies neglect because there's just no money in it. So that proves that I'm not driven by money. I'm
Okay.
actually driven by them achieving their goals. That's what it was.
Nice. Do you believe in the concept of love at first sight?
There's a chemical basis to that actually. So yes, I believe it. I believe that in a certain environment, you have to be in a certain mood, a certain setting, a certain place in your life. You could find that person that achieved all of that and made you feel love at first sight from the inside. Yes, I do believe it.
Okay. What would you do If you had just 1 year left to live,
I've actually mentally thought of this. I somehow put in my head that I was given catastrophic news that I had 1 year to live. So it was like a terminal illness. What would I do? And the first thing that I would do is do things that I wanted to do that I always felt I had more time to do. And now I realized I didn't. And I would probably listen more to people in my network that I don't spend time with. I would travel more to see how other people live. And the last thing I would do is show a lot more, not empathy, but gratitude. I would say gratitude for people who have been very influential in my personal growth, which would be
well
people like,
said.
it would be people like my dad. It'd be people like my wife, my children, teachers, managers that made me, because I'm not a person that just woke up like this. I
Yeah.
became this way through strong influences.
Okay.
And I think if you only have a year left, it's about time to start recognizing that.
Gratitude. Yeah. And they say gratitude is a pillar of happiness too. All right. What is the biggest priority in your life right now?
The biggest priority in my life right now is and should be my health. I am getting older and I feel I'm declining in terms of my energy levels, sight, uh, not strength, but like my endurance. I don't have as much ability as I used to. And there's nothing more evident than when I actually did manual labor. I started to realize my
Or when
limitations.
we played flag football at the
Oh
cottage.
yeah, that killed me. I mean, my head was playing, my body was like, "Are you crazy?" That
It
was
was like a fantasy football league.
that
In
was
our
like a 6 minute reality check to how old you actually are.
this throw better be good because it's one
Yes,
time it's happening.
it's not happening again.
All right. Um, how do you measure success?
How do I measure success? Success is um, more so how other people look at you than you look at yourself. For example, I feel like the quietest person in a room of colleagues is the most successful person. The person who talks the most about what they have and what they did and what they're is not actually happy
Hmm.
because what they're doing is they're validating. The person who's actually most successful is when other people say, "Oh, there's Moataz over there. He's the one who started this." They are advocating for you. You're not saying a damn thing because you don't need to. You're happy, you're successful. You don't need to share it.
Interesting. Last question, Mo. Which decision of yours turned out to be the best one?
Um, Getting my son back. That was a huge thing. Unfortunately, me and my son's mother didn't obviously continue our relationship. And there was this one piece of time that I was on the border of whether I wanted to be a full fledged father or whether I wanted to be some distant weekend dad. And I am so happy to say that when I went to court and put my fears aside and jumped right into the deep end, I felt awesome, first of all. And number two, I have an amazing relationship with my son. And I know that has a lot to do with what happened. What happened with him at such a young age? I could have taken the path of least resistance. I could have just started a new relationship and forgot about him. I could have, but no, I didn't. And he has a relationship with my daughters. He has a relationship with my stepson. He has a relationship with my wife. a huge relationship with his cousin and us. And that was, I'm never going to regret those. It was a tough battle, I gotta tell you. It was a tooth and nail battle. It was all worth it.
Well, Mo, big love to you, little cousin. You are awesome. I've always known it, but you just confirmed it with this podcast interview.
Thanks so much, Tamer.
All right, Mo, take care, buddy.
All right, take care.